Hi, I'm Aniki Nippon. Today I would like to talk about feminists on YouTube. I saw the video response from Diana Boston, who makes no reference to the name of my video or a link to my video, so people can't watch the video for themselves. And she also disabled ratings. She pens approval the comments that go on her page, because if you disagree with her, then fuck you, because your opinion doesn't matter and it's shit. Well, that seems to be more of the Canadian position than a American position on freedom of speech. If I was capable of making a low blow, which I just went there. So, but the point is this. The reason why I agree with the men's rights activists is because they present the facts and figures that seem to be a little bit more accurate based on the statistics that I view. They derive their sources from universities, government censuses, things that aren't entirely biased towards women. And that's my point. It seems that whenever you have a movement of things that only go towards one position for so long, it seems to only benefit a certain gender or race, and that's why I will never call myself a men's rights activist, but I'd rather call myself a secular humanist. It's not that I don't disagree with some of these men that make, well, pretty valid points. And the only reason I made a low blow a few seconds ago was because that she was making fun of the fact that I had pauses in my speech. Well, I'm sorry, I don't edit my videos together with other videos, or, you know, I don't stream them together like the Amazing Atheist does, because at the moment I don't have video editing software. It's kind of jumbled up, so that's kind of what I was getting at. And in my video that she was talking about, when I was talking about the 19th Amendment and the Civil Rights Act of 1964, two completely separate things, I agree that if it wasn't for this women's suffrage movement, women probably would not have the votes that they have today. Without that movement, there would have been no push for women getting the vote. But at the same time, you can't deny that the people who wrote the laws were men. The people that pushed for them in Congress were men. And that's why I said, where would the feminist movement be without men? Where would the women's suffrage movement be without men? So there you go. That's not being sexist, that's being historically accurate. So anyways, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the point I was making about that is, feminists had nothing to do with the Civil Rights Act of 1964. They all admit it. Every single feminist I talked to said, oh, you're right, they had nothing to do with the Civil Rights Act of 1964. The same Civil Rights Act of 1964 that, if it wasn't for Howard Smith, would not, you know, black women wouldn't have the right to vote today if it wasn't for Howard Smith and the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Without the addition of sex being in the Civil Rights Act of 1964, that wouldn't be possible. So yes, when I say that civil rights can be fought without women and without men, or a focus on that, yes, I think it is very much capable of doing so, and that's a secular humanist standpoint. What I was making a point about that was, not only did you not need feminists in order to push for that then, but you don't need them now, is my point. The women's suffrage movement is a little bit different. I wouldn't necessarily call them feminists per se, because it seems that feminism is trying to push equality for women, but if you make any other gender more equal than others, just like Orwell says, some animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others, and that seems to be exactly what the feminist position is, and that's not really what equality is all about. It's not pushing one gender's agenda or one race's agenda, ethnicity, religion's agenda across for humanity's sake. No, it's humanity for human's sake. And that's why I call myself a secular humanist. And that's why secular humanism is important. Because those things really don't matter. You're making an argument for humanity regardless of biases and stuff like that. It's basically the position that a lawyer is supposed to uphold, or a justice is supposed to uphold in a justice system or court system. Well, the feminism on YouTube, the feminists on YouTube don't seem to work that way. They seem to limit free speech, which I'm not going to do on my videos. I'm going to allow you to rate my videos. I'm going to allow you to comment. I'm going to let you comment on my channel. I'm not going to block anything unless it's an advertisement for, you know, somebody's product. No, I want you guys to be able to comment anything you damn well please on my channel, because I believe in freedom of speech. I know the feminists don't really do that, and that's more fascist than I can handle. But, I mean, that's their channel, and I have no right to intervene in what they do on their own channel. But I'm not going to do that on mine. And I think that's being the bigger man. And if I was a chick, the bigger woman. I mean, so, I mean, my gender doesn't really matter in these issues. These matters are freedom issues and not oppression or suppression. Well, suppression is more of a... So, that's all I have to say. 5 stars, and please subscribe. Thank you.